Okay, good afternoon there. In this tutorial, I'm going to be doing a theory video. Note that in the previous video, that was video 98, I did a theory question and it was about setting up computers for public access. And I guess this was the cover photo for that video. The video was dropped some 9 years back, to actually 9 days back to 10 days back, something like that. The video is available on my channel as the 98th video. Now, the video you're watching is closely similar to that because this as well is a theory question that is to do with the new curriculum, that is senior 4. I'll be selecting some theory questions in various papers so that I can do them on my channel to guide the S4 learners and the learners that are below that class. Note that in my 100th video, because this is the 99th video I'm recording, in my 100th video, I'm going to be uh, I'm going to be doing a new curriculum senior 4 question, and I'm still working upon it. It is it is around here. If I can look for it, it's around here, and it's having Excel that is looking like this. So I'm trying to work upon that video. It's going to be dropping as the 100th video of the channel, and it's really going to be so educative to you. So that is it. I'll be recording it, I think, in the mid of April. I'll be recording that video and I'll be dropping the video. Now, as promised in the video, it's going to be a theory video. The video I'm trying to record, the video I'm recording, it's going to be theory strictly, and it is really here. I compiled the thing in PDF so that I can follow it when I'm teaching the viewers on my channel. Okay, this is the thing. It looks like this, and the cover photo of the video is going to be looking like this: a simplified approach. Sorry, a simplified approach to lessons for working class individuals in a computer literacy program, in brackets, browsing the internet, sending emails, and using word processors, and protection from online threats, that is online safety. Now, this was the scenario that in a certain rural area, there is a computer literacy program for seniors. This program will cover basic skills like browsing the internet, sending emails, and using word processors. So the program is going to be rotating around those three aspects. So the scenario continues to, however, the seniors are so basic with computer knowledge, and instructors need guidance on how to simplify lessons for beginners and protect them from common online threats like phishing. Now, the, the seniors that are going to have computer lessons are so basic, and of course, when someone is basic, they know something small or nothing about something. Now, here they don't know anything about computers, and the instructors need to simplify lessons for seniors who know nothing about computers, and also protect them from phishing or online threats. The task was provide recommendations on how to simplify lessons for seniors in a computer literacy program and explain how to teach them about online safety. Now, this was my approach. Now, whenever you have approaches in theory, it doesn't mean that that is the right thing, that is the exact thing, that is the very thing. It is an idea to open your eyes to, to something that could be right at the question. Now, this was my idea question. Of course, I created a heading for the question that a simplified approach to actually to lessons, there's a mistake here, to lessons for seniors in a computer literacy program. that is browsing the internet, sending emails and word processors, and protection from online threats, that is online safety. Well, there's a small mistake here at threats. There's a small mistake at threats, and there's a small mistake at here. It was lessons, but this one here, there's a small mistake at threats. That is why I'm just highlighting it, and I could maybe. No, this is a PDF. I could not. I could put some red color there. Threats. That is the 950. Now that is the heading that I'm generating from the scenario, of course. The seniors are the people who are going to train, who are going to receive the computer literacy program, the people who are going to be trained. And of course, the instructors are the people to train. But according to the scenario, the seniors need guidance on how to simplify lessons for the beginners and protect them from online threats like phishing. And I'm providing a recommendation on how to simplify lessons for the seniors in a computer literacy program and explain how to teach them online safety. And that was my heading, that is simplified approach to lessons for seniors in a computer literacy program, in brackets browsing the internet, sending emails and using word processors, and protection from online threats, that is online safety. Problem statement. The issue in the scenario is that the seniors who are to start a computer literacy program have very little experience with computers and need guidance on how to simplify lessons by instructors and protect students from online threats like phishing. According to my scenario, the students are the seniors who are going to study computer literacy, and the teacher is the instructor who's going to, of course, teach the senior uh, the computer literacy program. Now, there's some confusion here. So if you see senior, you may think that senior is maybe someone who's going to teach, but not forgetting that a senior is just a person who is maybe working. Someone could be working and they lack computer literacy. Someone could be working and they can't use a computer. For example, you could have some working class people, but they can't use computers. But according to the question, it's these working class people to be trained how to use computers by the instructors. But the problem statement is, the issue in the scenario is that the seniors who are to start a computer literacy program have very little experience with computers and need guidance on how to simplify lessons by instructors and protect them from online threats like phishing. Okay, that is my problem statement, and of course it's really that. And the introduction, I can introduce with keywords that a computer literacy program is or could be a lesson to enlighten or teach people about usage of computers. That is also right. Computer literacy program is training people about usage of computers. Next, according to the scenario, seniors are people who are to learn the computer basics, and instructors are individuals who are to train the seniors computer basic skills. Yes, that is right. Okay, we move to to this. The three major training programs as explained below are browsing the internet, which means searching or using the internet to explore materials of one's need. An internet is a global connection of computer networks. This is all the introduction I'm trying to introduce. So I can put a tick. I'm trying to explain the meaning of the three aspects the seniors are going to be training in. I'm first explaining them before I show how lessons can be simplified. In sending emails refers to the use of computer networks in sending and receiving electronic messages through email accounts. An email is an electronic message sent through email accounts. Email is just an electronic message sent over a network. So that is right, that's the meaning of email. Then I go to the next aspect, that is word processing or word processors. As a program that's going to be trained towards the seniors by instructors. Word processors are computer programs or softwares that enable a computer user to create, edit, format, save, and print electronic documents. That is right. And having explained the three main programs, seniors are to study from instructors and the problem or issue at hand, comma. The following are recommendations on how instructors can simplify lessons for seniors in a computer literacy program. Okay. Now, whatever I've been doing here is just an introduction and a problem statement according to my scenario here. So, boom, I go to how lessons can be simplified by instructors towards seniors. Point one: using projectors, stroke huge display boards or whiteboards. Now, of course, a lesson is going to be simplified by using projectors and by using whiteboards. That is right. This is one way how instructors can simplify lessons for seniors in a computer literacy program. A projector is an output device that can be used to simplify instruction and teaching, most especially towards huge or large numbers. So you never know. Here, the seniors could be so many in a computer literacy program. So instructors can use projectors to simplify the lessons towards seniors. Now that is to say, while instructors are teaching word processors, because in the program they're going to teach here in the program they're going to teach word processors towards the seniors, and here I'm explaining and I'm saying that that is to say, while instructors are teaching word processors to seniors, projectors can be used to display parts of word processors as an example, or even teaching basic features of word processors like find and replace tables, and here lessons would have been simplified. That is right. Another point: follow a guideline during lessons. That's right. Now this is one way how instructors can make lessons easy and of course fun to follow. Whenever instructors are teaching the seniors, they should follow a guideline during lessons. The instructors can follow the instructors can follow the idea mentioned to simplify lessons towards seniors if they have a guideline. They further need to simplify it before teaching seniors. That is to say, instructors can come up with a guideline to follow while studying, for example, word processors or email. In case they have a book they are following to teach, they can also use table of contents to arrange topics and subtopics to follow in the right order. This will simplify computer literacy lessons towards seniors. Of course, the point is just follow a guideline. And using my computer here, I could have an example of a guideline I could follow maybe in Word to make lessons easy for people I could teach. Yeah, this is a guideline I could teach in word processor. So I could follow a guideline like this when I'm teaching maybe seniors and I'm an instructor to make lessons easy for them. Another point is coming up with interactive presentations with multimedia. Yeah, coming up with interactive presentations can also make lessons easier or simplified. If your lessons are interactive with presentations and multimedia, then they're going to be simplified. Multimedia is just images and videos. Presentations, that is Google Slides or even Microsoft PowerPoint. You could arrange your topics there or your lessons there in order to make them interactive and simplified. Now, the fact or point will help a lot in making lessons simplified. A presentation is a form of using a software like PowerPoint and Google Slides and so on to deliver or convey information to an audience. Multimedia refers to images, videos, voices that can be added in a presentation to make it more engaging and fun to follow, rather than using textbooks to teach that could be old school. Seniors can come up with presentations that are attractive, as this will help in making lessons simplified. Another point on how lessons can be simplified: collaboration online platforms. Instructors, in order to make computer lessons easy for seniors, lessons should not stop at physical teaching, but rather instructors can come up with online platforms to support their teaching and learning activities. Now that is collaboration online platforms. They can come up with collaboration online platforms to continue teaching the seniors computer literacy programs. Now an online state is a condition where your computer is connected to the internet. Online activities can be carried out on platforms like YouTube, Zoom, Skype, to mention but a few. This will create at least a different learning environment and will expose seniors to appropriate internet usage. Now, that is right. Of course, senior actually instructors will use collaboration online platforms to make lessons easier. It could even open up, um, it could enable seniors ask online questions they didn't understand during the physical lessons. It creates more collaboration between the instructors and the seniors, hence making the lessons simplified. Then, encouraging online research. Right. Now, this is another way how lessons can be simplified, of course. When learning is not one sided, that is, when learning is not only teacher based, it will become more engaging and easy to understand. Take an example. If an instructor here sends seniors to research about sending a file via email, then they successfully research it, they will forever know it, and they would have been another form of learning, and they would have followed another form of learning, because it's here where seniors are also involved in lessons. Of course, if you're sending people to research and they return with what they have researched, more so here, if you send seniors to research about sending emails online and they do it, now they'll never forget that because they're generating their own ideas, and it's one way how lessons can be simplified. Now, having provided an explanation on how to simplify lessons in brackets computer literacy for seniors by instructors, the points below will help teach about online safety. This is so because seniors will have learned or studied about internet usage and email, and if not taught about online safety, they could be at high risk of online fraud. And as one of the threats mentioned, phishing refers to the fraudulent practice of sending emails or other messages claiming to be reputable companies in order to induce individuals to reveal personal information such as passwords, credit card numbers, and so on. So, if seniors are not taught safety while online, they will face this threat and many more other threats, because actually many more other threats like malware, DOS attacks, and scams, and so on. So the following are the ways of carrying out safety. Now, this is just a turning to the next part of the question that, having provided the point on how lessons can be simplified, that is computer literacy lessons, the seniors, remember, they have learned internet and emails, and they're now using internet. So they need to be studied, they need to be taught on how to be safe while online through the points below. Now it's what I'm going to explain in the next part of the video, the points below. Now I've provided the points first on how lessons can be simplified, and of course I'm going to protection from online threats, that is online safety. It's what I'm going to. My heading is covering the first part of the video and the next part of the video, because here the task is just one. It's just one task. It's one basis of evaluation, and I'm making sure my heading is covering, of course, simplifying lessons and also online safety. So it's what I'm doing here. I'm heading to the next part, that is part 2. Now, how do the seniors, how do the instructors going to teach seniors online safety? The instructor is this person teaching the senior maybe how to use internet. And point one, how can one be safe online? Point one is using strong and up-to-date passwords on emails. Correct. Now, using strong passwords and up-to-date passwords on emails is so important. This is one of the safety online measures that should be implemented by instructors towards seniors who are using internet. Seniors should use passwords on their emails and whichever internet accounts they may have. Such passwords should be strong to avoid easy guessing by hackers. And I give an example of a strong password here. For example, Paul 1, 2, and Paul full stop AUL, 4 are strong passwords. Instead of just writing Paul as your password, you can mix it with some other characters to make it more stronger. And of course, a password can have 8 characters, so you could guess or you could have any password with the characters that could be wanted at any site, but of course mixed with the symbols like commas, full stops, uppercase, lowercase, etc. etc. Now, these passwords should be updated or changed after a short period of time. Now, of course, you can't just make a password strong and use it for 2 years or more. You should update it um, at least after some period of time, like 6 months or half a year. How can one be safe online? You use up to date and latest softwares. You can use up to date and latest softwares for you to be safe while online. So you can use that to avoid online threats. Seniors should be encouraged to use up to date softwares because they are not easily attacked by online hackers. They lack weak spots that could be used by hackers. Instructors should at this point teach seniors how to keep the softwares they use up to date. What else? How can one be safe online? How are seniors going to be safe online? How should they be safe online? Turning on in brackets using two-step verification. Correct. Now, this is also called multi-factor authentication, and it is one way of carrying out online safety. Instructors can explain to seniors um, who could be using internet for the first time about MFA. MFA is multi-factor authentication. They can be advised to use 2 or more different forms of verification before accessing an online account. As an example, multi-factor authentication it can also mean two-layer. Security is 2 or more layer. Here as an example, you can have a fingerprint supplemented with a password on a phone. And also you can have a face ID supplemented with a passcode on an iOS device or an iPhone. This can be enabled at settings of either a device or a search engine. Now, multi-factor authentication, it's a security technology that is now used on modernized devices, whereby when you guess a passcode of a device, it could also require a face ID for of course stronger security. And if someone is using MFA, it could be better, it could be more secure. While online, if you have 2 forms of security on your device or more, like a face ID or a passcode, that could be more secure when you're online. Keeping personal information professional and limited. Yes, this is another way how seniors are going to be safe online. So instructors should teach seniors keeping personal information professional and limited. This is also right. The instructors are supposed to consider telling seniors to always keep personal information profession and limited. That is to say, seniors should be advised to provide limited information online to bring about safety. For example, someone's name and a few details concerning them could be enough. The wrong scenario is where an individual provides a lot of information like their place of work, their account numbers, their spouse details, their locations. Now, all this can bring about phishing. I've already explained phishing that hackers use some legitimate means to collect your personal information in order to fraud you online. So all this can bring about phishing if poorly managed. So to avoid that, individuals online are supposed to provide limited information concerning them. Some other way how seniors can be safe online is visiting or using secure sites, that is HTTPS. Yeah, this is another way of being secure online. Now, seniors should be advised to use HTTPS. The sites having HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Why? Because this is an extension of HTTP. HTTP without S is not safe because it's not secure. Um, that was at this Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. It's the site they should use. It's just an extension of HTTP that uses encryption for secure communication of a computer network, widely used on a network. Now, HTTPS is safe and secure in most cases, unlike HTTP that is prone to malware and viruses. So, seniors should be keen on what appears on the address bar during searches, i.e., it should be HTTPS. This. Now, they should be secure on what appears on top of address bars when searching at a URL. You should always be keen about what sites you're visiting. They should be HTTPS secure. If you find that the site is just HTTP, you simply quit it there and then. It is not secure. There's no actually it is having high chances of viruses and malware. Then being careful about what you click and download while online. Now seniors should be advised on this matter because when one clicks at anything while online or if one downloads anything from internet, they can be easily affected by malware and viruses. This can be reduced on the computers or on the phones. Sorry, this can reduce because if you go on clicking and downloading anything from internet, this is going to reduce your computers or your phone's lifespan. So therefore, downloads should be made at trusted sites. I've already mentioned the trusted site, HTTPS. Even some other sites that are verified and renowned, like Wikipedia, LinkedIn, etc. There are many sites you can visit on internet and they are renowned. All this should be brought in place through sensitizing seniors to be careful on what they click while online. And also, this important point of safe browsing, practicing safe browsing is also another way of being safe while online. Um, Instructors should enhance safe browsing. They should teach seniors safe browsing. This is a feature that alerts and prevents online individuals to stop an attempt of visiting a dangerous site or downloading from a dangerous site. This, if not followed, an individual will not be safe while online because one will not be alerted in case of malware on a site. Safe browsing checks and scans URLs, uniform resource locators, for potential malware, and if malware is spotted, a computer alerts you and warns you from proceeding to such a site. Now, for self browsing, a computer is going to alert you and warn you that the site you're heading to may contain malware or what you're downloading may contain malware. So, if your computer is set to self browsing, it will alert you. Well, if it's not, it won't alert you and your computer will gain malware or a virus. To warn you from proceeding to such sites, this brings about online safety because it reduces on one's chances of being affected while online, and thus the seniors will be safe when online. Right, and in conclusion, because I've given the points on how one can be safe while online and the points on how to simplify lessons for seniors by instructors, and the heading is right there and the scenario is just here. Now, in conclusion, computer literacy programs can be simplified through, I've been talking of some points like using projectors, following guidelines, using collaborative presentations as explained above, and seniors can be protected from online threats like phishing through using passwords, MFAs, multi-factor authentication, safe browsing, etc., etc. And that is a right conclusion. A conclusion is going to briefly talk about what you've been explaining on in your work, rather. So that is it with my conclusion, and that is it with my approach to the question on how computer literacy programs can be simplified by instructors towards seniors. Now that is it with my recommendation according to the scenario here. Feel free to chat with me if you can add something here on what I've been explaining. Of course, it's welcome. I could add it somewhere in my books. Thank you so much for the views, for the watch hours, for the subscribers. More subscribers on my channel, more to come. I've been talking about the 100th video. It's going to drop in this month of April, and April is going to be having a lot of videos at my channel. Feel free to come to my channel, that is Kasozi Marvin, to study more about ICT. And this is just the second video of theory, that is S4 or even S3 or the classes lower than that. Don't forget to leave a like at the video, and if you have a theory question you'd like me to do, you can of course inbox me the video, or you can put it in the comment section. I'll be finding time to really do that. Now that has been it with the 99th video of the channel. The 100th video is going to also drop this month, and hope for the best. This is it with my approach, and like I said, this is not the final thing. This is an idea to the question that could help you. Of course, it could open your eyes towards the very question. You can even add more, or it could even help you when you're doing a paper somewhere at school or a teacher in some school. That has been it for the video. I wish you a nice day. I wish you a nice quarterly of the year. Bye bye.